I'm just outside of Mecca, California, and I'm fixing to go do the Slot Canyon. And this is what the trailhead looks like. Supposed to be a 7.5 mile round trip. And there are a few folks here. And I'm in that leisure travel van over there. Looks like somebody's out there boondocking, you know, camping out overnight. So here we go. Well, here I've just kind of begun on the trail, and I want to show you how the sandstone has been pushed up, and the layer of the rock and the gravel is going up like in that angle up there. That's amazing to me how the earth has shifted and pushed this stuff up like that. And this all looks like a riverbed. And it looks like thousands, millions of years that it took to form all this stuff. As I was coming down through this area here, it wise on me. So I had to look at my All Trails map to see exactly which one I was supposed to go to. And then I saw this cairn right here, which indicates to go in that direction. I did look on my All Trails map, and it did go in this direction. Looks like this is about the beginning of getting into the canyon. Show you how folks mark the trail with these cairns. Just happened to see this crevice in this mountain. It's not part of the trail, but sometimes you can get off the trail and find some pretty cool stuff. And so I'll go up here a little ways and just see what there is up here. Wow, these bushes are really dry and brittle. Let's see how I get around this bush. Wow, it's going to get pretty narrow in here. Let me turn this off and get used to hands. I better go step here. It's just rushing water has created this canyon. Man, it would be really dangerous to come down in here right after a rain. Now here, this is the end of it. And look at how it has carved a crevice, you know, up through this canyon here. And then the water ate a hole down through here. So that's telling me this is a weak point, and the sandstone is really thin to where it's going to create a waterfall right in here. This trail winds off, and if I hadn't been watching that All Trails app, I wouldn't have known to go up this way. You know, the biggest thing that is surprising to me is the lack of footprints that are out here. You know, normally all these trails I go on, you can, if you get off the trail, you can look down to see if there's footprints around. If they're not, you know, you can, you know, assume you're going the wrong direction. But this one here, you know, I'm looking down on the ground and, you know, I might see 1 or 2 footprints, but it's not heavily trafficked. It's starting to narrow up here. Looks like Mother Earth has made a ladder all the way to the top up there, and then built little houses or caves along the edge for people to stay in. This looks like someone took their hands and molded a column. Okay, the canyon is starting to get pretty narrow now. Looks like these boulders have blocked the pathway here. Let me see if I can get up through here. I might have to put the camera down. Well, no, I'm able to get up here. This bush right here, tree, whatever you want to call it, has thorns, all little bitty thorns, all over it. I didn't know that a while ago. So when I grabbed one of the limbs just to move it out of my way on a previous bush, ouch. I was following this All Trails app, and it goes down into this area, and now it goes a little further. However, I got to climb up this way and go over to go up that part of the canyon. So I got to put the camera down and use my 2 hands here. Well, I climbed up that little wall and got back up here further into the canyon, and you can tell where the water has created a waterfall years and years ago, and so the canyon kind of keeps going up in that direction. And there's another section of the canyon on that Y. I'm going to go back and go up that way now. Well, look at that All Trails map, and it looks like if I can scale this wall here and keep on going, it'll end up on the top part of the area that, in other words, it'll create a loop. So I left my backpack down where I had to climb up that wall. So I'm going to try to go put my backpack on and see if I can't scale this wall with my backpack. You know, if I can't, I'll just come back down this way and go back to the Y and go back up it. But it would save some time if I could, you know, go keep on going straight and then see if it'll tie into to the other trail. So here goes. Okay, I got my backpack on again, and I got my gloves on. These rocks are pretty sharp at places, and I'm going to go ahead and scale back up this thing with my backpack on, and then go back to that area that I want to. Okay, that's where I came from, and I had to scale this wall back on this side over here. A lot of loose sandstone. And so I got up there, and so now It looks like the flash flooding has carved this part out, and I'm fixing to go up that with my backpack. Continue on to see if it'll loop into another trail. Well, this is my next big challenge, in that this looks like pretty much a dead end for the canyon part right here, because it just, everything caved in, and I might be able to get through that. However, I was looking at my All Trails map, and let me see if I can show you. Let me try something else here. This direction on the All Trails map shows that little arrow. I think there's too big of a glare. All I can see is my face. Let me turn around this way. Yep, there it is. Now what it's telling me as I move, that the arrow now is pointing in that direction to go to the, let me see if I can squat down here, get out of the glare. I don't think you can. Anyway, what it's telling me is there's the trail over there I'm trying to get to, and I need to go in that direction in order to get to it. Well, here's what it looks like to go that way. I would have to go up that mountain and then probably down again, obviously, in order to get to that trail. And that was my object when I came this way, was to connect that trail. Now, do I want to climb that? With a 30-pound backpack, eh? I could probably get over that. I don't know about this part right here. That looks pretty steep. I don't know if I can get over that or not. Let me go up that way and just see. After looking at that incline again, I decided against it. It looked just too dangerous to me. So now I've come back to this area right here and looking up that way to see if I want to, you know, try that. Ultimately, what I've got to do, if I want to go that way, is that mountain ridge over there is what I got to get over in order to get down into another canyon and to go back down that canyon trail to toward the vehicle. So I'm standing here kind of contemplating what I need to do here, or want to do here. I decided to come back down the way I went up. Let me show you the precariousness. I'm trying to hold on to the side of this cliff in order to back down, you know, the trail that way. And here's an example of what is so dangerous. You see how it just falls off? This stuff is just layered in here to where there's no, you know, guaranteed grip. But I made it. So I'm gonna go back down the way I came. here's the thing that's just amazing to me. Look at this hill over here, and you see the angle of the rock. The earth crust had to push it up right there in order to create that. And then right over here, it's all what I call straight up and down. And it's just amazing to me how Mother Nature works and how it forms all these different shapes in, you know, a small area. You know, you look, say, over here, and it just looks like a lot of erosion from rain, water, you know. And then, you know, you go a little bit further, and all of a sudden, you get these rocks that are at a, what, about a 60-degree angle. That's amazing to me. That's why I'm out here. I love it. This is the time it took me to go to the Slot Canyon. It 4 hours, 13 minutes, 43 seconds. It was 8.8 miles. I averaged 23.3 minutes per mile. So I'm going to save it and record it.